Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make your ATC card blanks out of printer paper. I've been asked this a million times because one of my tips to you guys is if you don't have, watercolor paper or mixed media paper or what have you, and you have printer paper, because a lot of us have printers, and honestly, printer paper in the big like skeins that they're called or whatever is so cheap. You can get it at your local Staples, Office Max, that kind of thing. You can get it at Walmart, your big box stores like Costco, BJ's, all that kind of thing. You can get big things and use it in your art all the time. We're going to make art journals with it. We're going to do a lot of fun things. I'm going to show you so you really get good bang for your buck. You don't have to spend a fortune because I know a lot of you have written me about going and I've suggested like mixed media paper and watercolor paper for things. And you guys have gone to your local craft store and you get 15 sheets for $7 or whatever it is in the packets. And I understand that's expensive, and a lot of us are watching our money. A lot of us are disabled with chronic illnesses, and it makes it really, really hard. So this is a great way. You also can, if you have a few friends who are artsy like you guys can go in. It's $6, $7 for 500 sheets of printer paper, and everybody put in a couple dollars and get it and split it up, and you will still have plenty to work with. So there's always ways to do it. That's what I'm about. And yeah, so I'm going to show you what you do because you guys asked about it. How do I get more substance to make it a little bit more thicker? You find the printer paper thin. So I'm going to show you very easily. This is what we're going to do. And this is just, you can make two of them or I'm going to show you a different way. So here's what we do. You need glue sticks. Now you can use your white school glue, you can use your Mod Podge, you can use Collage Podge, Decoupage, it doesn't matter, whatever you have. Go to the dollar store, you can find tons of glue sticks and white school glue and that kind of stuff because it's back to school. Go to Walmart, they have tons of it, Target, Kmart, all those things you can get. These are my two favorite. This is Disappearing Color Glue Stick. It is acid-free, photo-safe, which means for those of you out there who worry about archival and that, this is it. It's from Avery, as well as Elmer's sticks are, oh my God, my hands are shaking today. As far as Elmer's glue sticks, they are archival as well, but not the white school glue. So if you're into that kind of thing and you worry, there you go. Okay, so this is just a piece of printer paper, and because my my ruler, don't ask, is out with my sewing machine, and this is here, which is so backwards, which is so me. I accept it. I embrace it. I'm going to be measuring with this today. Okay, so here's my piece of printer paper. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it. Now you don't have to do these pre-folds. I do because I am brain weird. My brain just does not always work due to all kinds of fibro fog, medication fog, Kelly fog, whatever you want to call it. So I have to do the pre-folding, but you don't have to. So I folded it in half, right? Just in half. And then I'm going to glue in here. So I'm going to take my glue and I'm just going to go up the seam, right? Up the middle fold. Here we go. And make sure you get the corners, the best that you can. Don't worry about it. A lot of us who are chronically ill or even just starting out or have kids, this is great to do with them. Sometimes we're sitting on the couch on a TV tray or on your kitchen table. It doesn't matter, in bed. So don't overthink it. Just do your best. But what I will tell you is, just give it a little massage, right? Yeah. All right. That's enough. We're not going to make it X-rated. Okay. So now what I like to do is, you see this, I like to fold it in half again. Now you don't have to. What you can do at this point is measure out 2.5 by 3.5. So what I like to do is take my ruler or whatever I have, and I will lay it, on here, and I will go, okay, here's 2.5, and I will move it. And you can, add if you're able to do that. I can't. Let's just face it. So I just keep moving it to the edge of where my last mark is, and then I just keep marking it. 2.5. Okay. And then once you mark it, maybe I should move in a little bit. Once you mark it, you can do your 3.5 down. So then I'll go and I'll mark it 3.5 here. go here, 3 1/2, go here, 3 1/2, and go here, 3 1/2. And what that then becomes is, you just use this to draw your straight lines the best you can. I'm not worrying about it too much because I'm using this and it's really not sturdy enough to get a nice straight line, but I will show you. So I marked it down, and then I will mark this way. Just try to line up the best you can, whatever way you can, and then you'll do your lines going this way. My dog's snoring, I'm so sorry. And then you will cut it out. You'll cut this out. This will be one card. You'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, okay? But I like to do it sometimes. I like to fold it again. So I won't do this. I will skip this part and I will fold it. But that's for those of you who think that that paper is strong enough, and it is. You can do whatever you want. But I'm going to now fold it. Get my mark. Open it up. And then I will glue. Just run it down. Okay. And you get a nice seal. And that glue stick dries so fast, that's why I love using it. And now we will do the same thing, but we're only going to get 2 out of it. So it depends on what you want. If you fold it in half and that's strong enough for you, by all means, I say go for it. Go for it, because there's nothing wrong with it. It is strong enough. But I know some people like it, you know, they want a little stronger. So I'm going to do my 2 1/2 there, and I'm going to do it again. Okay, and then we'll do our 3 1/2, and that's what your measurements are all the time. 2 1/2 by 3 1/2 inches. That is the standard ATC. If you join swaps or you trade, that is what you do. Okay, and then what you'll do is you'll draw your, you'll draw your line. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to kind of eye it. And then this is this way. Okay, so you get it. You can measure it. And then knock your glue over, make sure. No. I'm going to cut the extras off because these aren't worth anything. You can save these though and use them in your art journal or even on your ATC card. And then I will cut, and then what you have are 2 ATC cards. Make sure you cover that because believe me, I have many glue sticks that are dry because I forget to do that. But look, now we have 2 ATC cards. So when I measure it, 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And you can do it and so it's completely straight. That's fine. I'm not going to do that right now, but 2 1/2, but you definitely can. I'm not too much into that. By 3 1/2. So we have 2 very, looky, sturdy ATC cards. And now you can sit and make a background. You can do so many things. Now maybe, I'm just going to do a couple things. I'm not going to do a whole, if you want me to do a whole ATC card from start to finish, maybe you guys want to do it with me or, that kind of thing, let me know down below and we'll do ATC cards. Okay, so this is a piece of the text paper that I made, mixed media paper, using the Mod Podge hard coat. You can see it got a little glaze to it. I think what I'll do is I'll just use regular paper. So what I'm going to do, this is just a regular piece out of a book. I told you guys, go to your dollar store. Your library is always throwing them away. Or, you can get it for $1 because, they get old and they don't, they can't use them anymore. They can't put them out or anything. Now I want text. So I'm going to lay this and I'm going to trace just a very rough trace of how I want it cut. And then I'll go in, and you don't have to, you can do it where you're getting more bang for your buck and doing, so you get the most out of it. But right now, that's not what I'm going to do. And I am just cutting it like that. And I'll save these for later. And I'm going to, now look what's on this other side. Now, you know, if you made any book pages with me or you have any mixed media pages or whatever, look what happens. This becomes your background. How fantastic is that? So let's do that. And then we'll do this on the other side. Yeah. So we'll make a background on here already. All right, so I'm just going to use my glue stick again, but of course, use whatever you have. Just make sure you get those edges because sometimes they'll start peeling up and, you know, you just want to make sure you got the glue there. Stick it on there. I like to pick it up and kind of move it with my hands so I have it pretty much covered. And give it a little smooth. Okay, so I'll just leave that sit there. Now look, we got ATC card with the background. Now you can see there's a little white showing, and all I do is I'll either throw some paint on there, you know, take a little Q-tip with a little bit of paint and edge it, or look how fun. Done. Done. Alrighty. Not too big of a deal. But let's do this. What I was originally going to do. You can also do this, and I'm going to show you the Kelly Lazy way. Oh, I hate when glue gets on there. Okay. Watch the Lazy Kelly way. And don't yell at me in the comments because I'm being lazy, because guess what? Sometimes you just gotta be lazy. You don't have to be lazy all the time, and I'm not lazy all the time, but this time I'm gonna be lazy. Watch. Watch what happens, how easy it is. All right, I got it on there. I'm giving it some good loving. And then I'm going in, and I'm just gonna cut. Look, I didn't have to measure. Just cutting the paper. Again, you can save all these if you choose. But look, it's covered. How do you like me now? But we have this wonderful, you know, and like I said, you want to make sure you give it a good rub, no matter what glue you use. Because remember, if you use your white school glue, Mod Podge, anything like that, it's going to be a little wetter than your glue stick. So don't get discouraged. It'll just take another minute to dry. It's not the end of the world. But now I have this background. So you see, look at that, two different backgrounds. Okay. So all I would do on here is, you know, I'm obsessed with this. Well, I'm not going to do that right now. Let me think. I just need I want it to be like bright. I'm going to use a little yellow. I'm just going to take the teeniest squirt of yellow because who doesn't like a squirt once in a while? I'm just saying. I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to wet it. Okay. And I want this to be almost an ink consistency. All right. And even though you're looking at this and you're like, oh, that's inky, go again for some more water. Because we're just going to do a wash. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, and the reason I want to do a wash and make it more transparent is I want those words to come through. I don't need them all to come through, but for this layer, I want them to come through. And you see, look at that. Nice, nice, nice. And that is that. And I'm not going to bother this, but you can see like right here, you can see some of the white coming through, and I probably have to put a little bit more glue there. You see how that's coming on the paper? A little bit more glue. But what I'm going to show you is take your brush and just run it like this. And it's going to get all those sides and pieces that, you know, might be showing. And then it doesn't look, it looks more finished. But there's nothing wrong. Like I said, this happens to me all the time. I see a little corner. I take my glue stick. I stick it there. I go like that. Voila. Guess what? That's done. Now let me know if you guys want a little giveaway with maybe, you know, a glue stick or two, you know, like a, you know, little back to school kind of thing. But for us artists. All right. And then that's on there. So you don't have to worry about that. And like I said, those edges are done and it works out great. And now look at that. We have our base to work with. Now you can see I have this little scribble on there. I don't know what the heck it is, but I'm okay with that because I can cover that with whatever, you know, whatever I'm going to do on here next. Maybe I want to, you know, glue something on here, or maybe I want to put, you know, maybe we'll do a little bit of black. Everybody hates when I get black. I get the worst comments when I do black. Not worse, but some people are like, oh, I can't believe you. I'm just going to get a little bit of the black. And let's see. And do you see how that blows out a little bit because it's wet? Now this is all I'm going to do. That's it. I'm not going to go nuts. Not going to put tons. And then what I'm going to do is take a piece of paper towel and just lightly dab it. And I'm going to stay away from here because I know that's where that pen mark is. But it starts to, you can still see it a little bit, and that's okay because I can still build up. But it starts to make it go away. And then once this is dry, we'll go on again. We can do another color. We can even go on with more yellow. Oh, I could sit here for hours. I'm not going to sit here for hours. You guys let me know down below if you want me to do a, just to soften it around. I love playing in paint. If you want me to do a ATC from start to finish. We can do easy. We can do, you know, more elaborate. We can do mixed media. We can do whatever you want. But you see how I'm just kind of dabbing? And what that's doing is that's pushing that black back. So when this dries, the black isn't going to be necessarily the first thing you see. You're going to see these yellow, the yellow, and oh, it's just so much fun. All right. That's exciting for me. I hope that this helped you guys. I get so many requests for me to do this. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you. So think what papers you have. Think what, you know, maybe what you want to do. Take your printer paper and really use it to your advantage. There's so many things I can teach you with the printer paper. Let me know down below if that's something you're interested in. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys. I'm always about progress, not perfection. And you guys are just everything to me. I just love you. So please share me everywhere. And hey, if you found me and you want to be subscribed and you want to see what I do, click that subscribe button down below. There's a bell next to it so you get notified of when I upload, which is usually 5 to 6 times a week. And yeah, welcome to our family. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.